right, so welcome everyone to the East Area Specific Plan Workshop. We're so happy you're here. So today we're going to go over a little bit about our project, and then we're going to get into a little bit of a group discussion to talk about what we want this neighborhood to look like. So it'll all be very fun for us. So I first want to acknowledge Councilmember Barrera in the back. Nice to see you. And then if I could have all city staff kind of raise your hand. So we're gonna be here a little bit over. We planned for the meeting to run until around 7:30. So we have a little bit of a buffer. If you have any questions, this is the time. We have our city staff here, so please use us and ask us questions. It could be about this project, but if something else comes up, you can ask them. So we'll go over, so we're not going to do Q&A right now, but we'll get into it in the group discussion. And then at the end of the meeting, you can have one-on-ones with us. So if you remember whoever raised their hand. So we have our wonderful consultants from Placeworks who are going to guide us through the conversation, and I'm going to hand it over to Erica.
All right, hello everyone. Can everyone hear me? All right, perfect. So let's get into the agenda. Monica already touched on this, but we will start today's meeting by giving a brief project overview. We will then spend the majority of today's meeting in our small group discussions, and then we'll all come back together, hear what each group talked about in our report backs, and then we'll do a wrap-up, next steps, and then we'll be available for any questions. We wanted to start by giving a little background on how the East Area Specific Plan came to be. So the area known as the North of Ronda Future Growth Area, or FGA, was identified in the Salinas 2002 General Plan, and it was annexed into the city in 2008. The area is split into a few different portions. We have the west area shown in purple on the map with a small call out of the Gateway Center in blue. The central area in gold, and the east area, which is our plan area for tonight, in green. The first of those areas was adopted in 2011, with the west area and central area specific plans adopted in 2019 and 2020. More recently, in 2021, the city kicked off their comprehensive update of the 2002 General Plan, and this presented an opportunity for the city to start looking at the last of these future growth areas. So the main purpose of the East Area Specific Plan is really to establish a comprehensive vision and policies for future development in the plan area. This is mainly done through, well, in part through development regulations, land uses, design standards, and the plan will also address circulation, public infrastructure, and public improvements. Another main key point of the specific plan is consistency with the general plan. So the specific plan process kicked off in February of last year. Since then, our work to date has consisted of developing an existing conditions report as well as an analysis of land use alternatives for the plan area. We've also completed phase 1 engagement, and this included stakeholder meetings, a community open house and survey which took place summer last year, and then a meeting with the city's development review committee. Our meeting tonight is our second community meeting. It's part of our phase 2 engagement, which is in progress. And now I think I'm going to kick it over to my colleague Arena, also from Placeworks.
Thank you, Erica. I'll now go over a brief summary of the feedback we received during the first open house. Among the 3 land use concepts that were presented, concept 2 shown here was the most favored, with 53% of the votes from the participants. Some of the key features that people like from this plan are the reduced development intensity along Old Stage Road, centrally located schools and public spaces, the natural preservation, open spaces and trail connections, and the safe and connected trailways. Additionally, people also were interested in seeing more mixed use and higher density residential uses incorporated into the plan as well. Based on these valuable feedbacks that we heard, we made refinements to concept 2 to better align with your desired elements and suggested improvements. First, we introduced a new place type along Old Stage Road, hillside neighborhood, which has a density of 2 to 6 dwelling units per acre. And this provides a further buffer from the existing natural open space and to maintain the existing hillside use as well. Next, we incorporated additional mixed-use village and neighborhood centers, as well as the higher density residential uses in the central locations, as well as near the major thoroughfares to enhance accessibility and also encourage walkability. We've also incorporated natural open space preservation along the creek corridors and also along Old Stage Road to ensure proper drainage and to maintain hillside views. Next, we have the connected parkways throughout the site, which links residential neighborhoods to schools, parks, and commercial uses to create a safe and walkable neighborhood for people. And lastly, we have the centrally located public space to serve as a central gathering space and to foster a sense of community in the East area. Now, we would like to go into small group discussions where we'll be discussing the following 3 topics amongst your tables. We'll begin by looking at questions related to development regulations and land uses. This topic focuses on how land, buildings, and properties should be built and used in the plan. Our second topic is design standards, which addresses the appearance and architectural character of the buildings within the plan area. And our third topic is circulation. This will focus on how people move within the plan area and how streets, paths, and connections can be designed to support this movement. And we'll have about 10 to 15 minutes for each topic, and after the 45 minutes, we will have someone from each table share a summary of your group's discussion with the larger group. And the questions are also on the handouts for reference on each table, so please use them as a reference. Now I'll turn it over to Monica.
Okay, thank you, Rena. Is everybody ready to get into some discussion? I'll take that as a yes.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Jose Guerra, represent Multipurpose community. We are talking about what type of housing do you think is most needed in the East area? We came up with a couple suggestions. First of all, affordable housing for everybody. And I'm not talking about people that come and visit, people that live here. Of course, a lot of our farm workers don't have housing right now. A lot of our unhoused people don't have housing because they can't afford it. And I believe that if we can make it affordable for everybody, then we can make a difference here. And that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
As we go through, it's good that you guys agreed. Let's allow everyone to kind of just continue through.
Okay, amenities that we look for are parks, a movie theater, a dog park, a gym like Montage, something that the community can use. We don't have any of that out here. More restaurants, a shopping mall. Those are things that we need on the east side. We don't have any of that. We don't even have a car wash area out here. We got to go all the way down to, I believe it's Sanborn. It's the closest one. Does he still have the one over here at Dairy Queen? Is it still there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's two.
So maybe one more comment.
Okay, on the architecture, we want something like Creekside, like where the Starbucks is, where the Safeway's at, in Creek Bridge, that kind of a style. Hillside, Spanish, European. We just want it to look nice. We would like to have the bottom kind of like Abbott Street and kind of like Creekside, where you have front small shops in the front, and above maybe apartments, things like that. Pretty much that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Real good.
Anybody else?
Not very different than our friend. So we also talked a lot about affordable housing and options of housing. So having small, large, and apartments would be helpful for us in terms of amenities, parks, community centers, things that improve the quality of life for our residents and for them to be nearby and not having to go, across town or having to walk miles to access a park. Let's see, we talked a lot about, needing hotels on the side of town, the car wash as well, a community kitchen. Let's see, what else? We like a lot of the styles in terms of the architecture. The Craftsman was our top pick. And then same for our shopping centers. We want there to be some consistency across the neighborhoods. And
Thank you. Round of applause for us.
Yeah.
In terms of types of housing and styles, public transportation, so people can get to work and school without having to drive from where they live, and a way to connect to different parts of Salinas, like South Salinas, West Salinas, outdoor play spaces for children so they can run around, and backyards for people too, and if they don't have backyards, then the outdoor community spaces become even more important. Things like a pool, community garden, sports courts for basketball, football, tennis, baseball.
Okay. Thank you. Round of applause for this group.
Buenas tardes a todos. One thing we agree with everyone else's comments is the thought that we need in the east side. One thing that wasn't mentioned is like an urgent care or possible like a hospital, because as we know in this area there's not that much. Maybe an urgent care that extends hours for nights as our community works different shifts, or even on the weekends on Sunday. That way they don't have to travel to the hospital when they go to the urgent care. But other than that, affordable housing, community garden, recreational activities, daycares. We don't think car wash is needed or hotels. We also don't think we need that. We need housing, permanent housing that would allow for low income also. Spanish revival was our main topic for design, as well as for commercial. Spanish revival was the same thing.
Thank you. Round of applause for number 6.
Hello, everybody. So my group today has talked about some of the housing that's needed within the city of Salinas. So we've discussed a mixed use. Our biggest thing is housing is just needed. So we understand that having any type of mixed housing within the city of Salinas would reduce hopefully congestion that we do have around the city. So what amenities would we like to see? For amenities, we did put more parks and recreation centers, more options for kids to stay out of trouble, so to get them off the streets. And for Ms. Gala, we'll go ahead and skip that one just because it's a little difficult to discuss that. What agricultural styles do you think are most appropriate? So just like Oscar's team, we did also say the Spanish revival was ours. In regards to the agricultural styles, our tops were Spanish, Craftsman being second, and the Art Deco being third. In regards to what amenities, we did focus on maybe having an indoor pool within this side of town, a clubhouse, another dog park within this area was a big one. And for other open spaces, we would like to see like an event center where they can host more community type of events, have kids basically perform, maybe graduation center, something where they're able to do more events on this side of town.
So we're gonna take all your beautiful feedback and we're gonna incorporate it into our plan. And we'll have that ready for review very soon. And Arena's gonna share a little bit of the next steps.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you again, everyone, for all your thoughtful discussion tonight. We'd love to keep the conversations going, so please stick around and provide us, the city staff, with any more questions or comments tonight. But if not, we'd love for you all to stay up to date with the project. So please visit the project website, scan the QR code, and stay up to date with any future engagement opportunities that we have. And for more information, please contact Monica. But thank you all for joining us tonight. And again, please stick around for any more questions. But thank you all for coming.